Hello friends, I am Ruby Unyal, Head, Department of Psychology, KTHM College, Nasik. In the present video, we are beginning with the course Counseling Process and Skills. This is the core paper for all the students of MA Part 2 Semester 3. Today we are going to begin with the Unit 1, Counseling, Nature and Goals. As it is rightly said, begin with the end in mind. So before we begin the chapter, let us first look at the learning outcomes of this particular unit. At the conclusion of this course, students will be able to understand the nature of the counseling process, to know the groundwork for understanding the use of basic and specialized counseling skills, to engage with different models of counseling skills. So basically, we are going to understand the nature, we will understand certain counseling skills and also models of counseling skills. At the very outset, let us just look at some of the definitions of counseling. So what is counseling? Those of us who work as professional counselors are confident that we know what counseling is, and when given an opportunity, we are ready and eager to tell others what we do. However, when challenged to provide a crisp, comprehensive, and boundary setting definition of counseling, we often falter. This may be because of the diversity of counseling approaches, its grounding in many theoretical perspectives, and the range of human problems for which counseling can be helpful. This definitional challenge is made all the more difficult because of the myriad of uses and activities for which the term counseling is applied. Now, let us first look at the different definitions of counseling. The first and foremost is the Webster's Dictionary. According to this definition, counseling means consultation, mutual interchange of opinion, deliberating together. So this definition talks about counseling in terms of consultation. It's a mutual exchange of opinion between the client and the counselor. The second definition is given by Ruth Strang. According to this definition, counseling is a face-to-face relationship in which growth takes place in the counselor as well as the counselee. So here, more importance is given to face-to-face relationship, and it is a process of growing together for both the counselor and the counselee. The next definition is of Harriman. According to him, counseling is the psychotherapeutic relationship in which an individual receives direct help from an advisor or finds an opportunity to release negative feelings and thus clear the way for positive growth in personality. So this definition is more comprehensive. It gives counseling the status of therapeutic relationship in which the person receives direct help from the counselor who acts as an advisor, or the counselor motivates the person to release his negative feelings and encourages him towards a positive growth in his personality. There is yet another definition given by Humphrey Traxler. In this definition, Traxler describes counseling as the application of the personal resources of the school or other institution to the solution of the problems that the individuals have. So, counseling can be a confusing term. It often has different meanings for different people. Basically, here more stress is given on the various resources that are used to solve the problems of the counseling. As a simpler definition, the UK's NHS website defines counselling as a talking therapy that involves a trained therapist listening to you and helping you find ways to deal with emotional issues. This is quite a simple definition. This is what generally people can easily understand. Basically, counseling is nothing but it's a talking therapy, but it involves a trained therapist. Many a times people feel that I have visited a psychological counselor and he simply talked with me maybe for an hour, 1.5 hour session, and then he is charging us for 1000 or 1500 rupees, and they wonder as to why should we pay the fees to these people. But we must not forget that he is a trained therapist, and whatever questions are asked by the person, they are probing questions. He is the one who lets you out of your feelings. He is the one who motivates you to express your feelings. So basically, it's only talking. So many a times people feel that counseling is more about talking, but it is a talking therapy. And this talking will help you find out ways to vent out your emotions and also find out solutions to your problems. We began with Webster's dictionary and now ultimately we are concluding where, with the Oxford Dictionary. The concise Oxford Dictionary 9th edition gives at least two definitions of counseling which appear to be conflicting, adding to potential confusion. The first definition says counseling is to give advice to a person on social or personal problems, especially professionally. And the second definition says that counseling is the process of assisting and guiding clients, especially by a trained person on a professional basis to resolve especially personal, social or psychological problems and difficulties. So here we can find out that both these definitions are stressing a little bit on professionalism, but one definition talks about giving advice, whereas another definition talks about simply assisting the counselee with his problems and trying to find out solutions to the various issues that he encounters. So then friends, we again have reached the same point wherein we are in a dilemma as to what counseling is. So, after considering all the above definitions, we can say that counseling is a process between client and counselor to explore and resolve stressful or emotional feelings of the client. Secondly, it is about helping the client to see things more clearly, and this relationship between the counselor and the counselee is a relation of trust. So here we are shortlisting, we are bringing this thing to a smaller point wherein we are trying to define what exactly counseling is. Basically, it's a process between the client and the counselor, and the ultimate aim of this process is to explore various alternatives and to resolve the stressful emotional feeling what the client is undergoing. This relationship is more about helping, where the counselor simply assists, guides, or he motivates the individual to explore various alternatives. And most importantly is about the relationship, which is a relationship of trust. As we have boiled down things to just 3 points about what counseling is, let us also have a look at what counseling is not. So this will give us a clear picture of what exactly counseling is. So counseling is not giving advice. Counseling is not being judgmental. Counseling is not attempting to sort out problems of the client. Counseling is not expecting or encouraging a client to behave as the counselor would have behaved. Counseling is not getting emotionally involved, and counseling is not looking at a client's problems from your own perspective. So let us keep one thing in mind. Once we just go through and found out what exactly counseling is not, we will know what counseling is. So counseling is not about giving advice. We just can't be judgmental. We need not sort out the problems of the client, and it's not encouraging the client to behave in the way as we would have behaved in that particular situation. The common mistake what many of the counselors, especially those who are not trained, and the so-called counselors, they usually do is they look at the client's problem from their own perspectives. Now there is a very simple example that I can tell. For example, a student who has scored less marks in the exam, or say he has failed to pass an exam, and he is very much worried and anxious to go and share the result with his parents. Now many a times when he comes to the counselor with such a problem, the counselor may simply advise him to go and show the result to his parents, and the counselor forces the child and tells him that there is nothing to worry, even I have been doing things in the same manner, and he wants the counselee to behave in the way he would have behaved in that particular situation. So all this process is not counseling. We have to understand this thing very clearly. As a layman, these are the common mistakes that we usually make. So friends, let us now find out what is the basic difference between counseling and psychotherapy. Counseling is more of a helping approach, whereas in psychotherapy, it is based on the psychodynamic approach. So this is the basic variation or the difference between counseling and psychotherapy. In therapy, we try to look into the dynamics of the mind. We try and search more psychological reasons or factors that are responsible for the problem situation. And whereas counseling is more about helping. So psychotherapy is more therapeutic as compared to counseling. At its essence, professional counseling involves the formal application of theoretical and empirically supported psychological development and learning principles to facilitate desired change or growth within a large system of ethical and professional practice standards. Now, these principles are implemented through specifically tailored cognitive, affective, behavioral, and systemic strategies and interventions delivered through therapeutically oriented conversations and interactions. Counseling is a personal or individual process. Counseling is a series of direct contacts with the individual which aims to offer him assistance in changing his attitudes and behavior. It is always personal and it cannot be performed within a group. So friends, the British Association for Counselling, BAC, now the BACP, has given us some points with regards to counselling. According to them, counselling is the skilled and principled use of relationship to facilitate self-knowledge. It is emotional acceptance and growth and the optimum development of personal resources. And lastly, the overall aim is to provide an opportunity to work towards living more satisfyingly and resourcefully. So basically, the counseling process is nothing but it's a skilled process and we use certain principles. That is, the principles of using this relationship as a trustworthy relationship. We all know that the essence of counseling is also confidentiality. So it is a confidential relationship, it's a trustworthy relationship between the counselee and the counselor. And the basic idea here is to facilitate self-knowledge. It is basically to help the counselee rediscover himself. Secondly, it is about emotional acceptance and growth for the optimal development of the personal resources. That is, the counselor has to motivate the counselee and the counselor has to see how this individual can personally grow, how he can come out with his resources and use them for his own benefit. The sole idea here is to help the counselee live a more satisfying and resourceful life. So friends, in this particular video, we have tried to find out what counseling is. We have tried to search for a comprehensive definition of counseling. In the forthcoming videos, we would be looking into what exactly counseling is, the nature of counseling, and the characteristics of counseling. Thanks for watching this video. If you really find that this video has been helpful to you, kindly like the video, share it, and also subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot.